peace, uh, expressing love, and contentment.
I think for each person, they have a different moment, many different moments of perfect happiness. But for me, I think it's when everything seems right and I'm with people that I love and that are making me happy doing something I love.
Be at peace with your decisions.
Really knowing who you are and what it is you are supposed to do, or you really feel compelled to do on this planet. And also having a community around you, whether it's family or friends, having people you love and seeing them often.
Having everything that you want and need and not needing anything else.
A peaceful home with lots of family around.
Probably just being with people that you enjoy being around and having a good time.
Perfect happiness. I don't think there's such thing as perfect happiness. I think in the human mindset, I think we have an idea of happiness and we don't really, it's so unattainable that it could never happen in an individual. So I don't think it's possible for people to have true happiness. I think you can have some happiness, but I don't think you can have full happiness.
I do not think there's such thing as perfect happiness. However, I do believe happiness can be changed. You know, altering certain things in your life and having more gratitude and being, giving to more people and having a more well-rounded life and meditation.
Perfect happiness is all about love. Well, love has so many elements in it, and it's all a part of love. But it takes more than that attraction in the beginning. It takes unconditional love, like we talked about, for the person. And sometimes you have to fight for that, but it's what it's all about.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. I do not allow fear to creep in, and I promise it continues to try.
Disappointing myself.
Sharks in the swimming pool, to people in masks, to doing the right thing, even though I don't think that there is a right thing for each person. But so maybe that, like being 40 and thinking I did everything wrong.
More of my children, namely now the 3 boys, and all of my grandkids will be unhealthy.
To be older and not have accomplished what I want to accomplish.
Probably just like having nothing. Like living on the street or something without a future.
I think my greatest fear, along with the majority of Americans, is death. I fear death. It's my greatest fear, probably dying, not living my life to the fullest extent when living.
Abandonment.
Being trampled by a cow.
Probably my father.
A living person. First, I mean, to the top of my head, it's Blake Lively, but because she's beautiful and she created her name for herself all by herself. So, yeah.
It's probably equal between my mom and dad.
I always am amazed by people that, like, go out and volunteer their whole lives to help someone else. So, probably everyone that does that. Because that's so hard to do, but it's easy to be famous.
I would say I admire the people who make a sacrifice every day, who are selfless in all different professions. People who really make the effort to be selfless and get outside of themselves and help others.
I admire Don a lot. I admire my 4 children extremely much. And when you think about it, and the reason being, Don has had, sicknesses and stuff, but nothing threatening in his life. And so he's had the opportunity to, go on without fear. Joe at 21, cancer. Julie at 42, cancer. 44 dead. Your dad, Mark, cancer at 54. And those 3 kids I admire so much because none of them gave up or are giving up. Yeah, they're fearful, but they also pray. I know that. And I have to admire that tremendously.
I guess your parents.
Probably the person, I'm thinking about the U.S. and the mess I feel we're in, and the most person I admire of people that guided our country was Ronald Reagan. Okay, he's not living, but we need another Ronald Reagan.
My father. And the reason is because he's positive and about life, himself, and for others.
I say aesthetic all the time when I'm describing artistic projects or movies or paintings, whatever. I say, oh, the aesthetic is this, the aesthetic is that. I say that a lot.
Goodness. Probably your goodness. Or,
Like, use like, give my brain a thought second to think, and probably, when I have a favorite word, like strive, I really am using that word a lot these days, as I've used a few times in this. I use it a lot, like, in my everyday words, when I like a word. I hear someone say it in a good context, and I'm like, oh, I like that word, and I use it a lot.
Probably wow.
You only live once.
Da-da-da-da. Or, what was the other one that I say in the car? Y'all. I say y'all a lot. Someone pointed that out to me. And I don't know.
I don't know.
Probably I don't know.
Not putting myself out there times when I, could have, like in high school or in college, but I'm trying to more. I regret not keeping in contact with people throughout my life, because now I feel like it's too late to go back and be like, hey, how are you? But like not keeping this contact during the time, because I feel like I miss those relationships that I've met throughout my life, and it's sometimes too late to go back and text them. Yeah.
Probably greatest regret is getting involved in building condominiums in Colorado in the 80s, because in the middle of that, after we had them all built, most condos in the Dillon Silverthorne area sold to Texas people because of oil. Texas people had money, and once the oil crunch hit in the early 80s, the people to buy units dried up, and instead of making money, had to take a bankruptcy. That was cruel.
Is not being strong enough to push myself when I first moved to California 3 years ago.
Probably not going to law school or getting an MBA.
The people I hurt are my greatest regret. And that started with my little sister, that I didn't help her the last opportunity she wanted help. I was selfish. And involving my dad. I grew up disliking my dad. And I realized that was okay as a child to have that attitude. But as an adult, it didn't cut the mustard in God's eyes. I could have, when I was an adult, gone to him, taken the initiative that he should have done when I was a kid toward me. He didn't. But once you get to be an adult, my regret is I stayed in the little kid part, even though I may have been 30, 40 years old, 50 years old. I held on to that. It's always there, even if you talk about it. I wish I'd gone to him and been honest and opened him up. He couldn't do that. And I'm sorry I did that.
Not being more adventurous when I was younger.
I don't know one particular moment, but when I look back, I think I was the happiest with my times with my best friend Crush. When I look back and think about our memories and our things together and our laughs, those are my happiest laughs.
My freshman year of college, I was able to be who I really wanted to be, without my parents and my friends that I had growing up and my sisters looking at me. I was able to just be who I wanted to be. When I'm in the flow, working or doing whatever, just in the flow, that term flow, because you're subconsciously doing what you enjoy and you're good at it in order to get into the flow state. So, you know, it's a form of meditation as well as being productive.
Where? Probably in like either Aspen or in Houston riding horses. Probably in Aspen because the weather is nicer and that's like my home barn. So there.
Probably just like whenever we're with our entire family for holidays and stuff.
2 times in my life was I the happiest. As a child, when we lived on the farm. So that was somewhere between 5 and 10 when we lived there, where there was no electricity, no plumbing, no nothing, no money, and freedom out there. Definitely is the best part of my life as a kid through till I got married. As far as my married life, without a doubt, the first 10 years of our marriage, because Don and I had zero money. He was just finishing up in dental school with no money. And in that first 10 years, he got out of dental school. We had 4 kids, and we worked as a team for 2 reasons. Number one, to make sure what money we could save that he earned, it would be spent on good food for our babies. That was number one. Secondly, was for him to be able to get his practice established, which took some years, you know. Definitely the best time. Definitely.
Probably right after we were married in our little house in Potomac and had young kids.
I would say right now in my life, watching my children do their own things. Jenny and I are happy. I have a good job.
yesterday the boys went to homecoming dance and they all came over and took photos before, so that's probably right at the top of my list.
I'd like to be able to fly. It seems like a pretty fun thing to have.
To fly. That's not a talent, but that'd be awesome if I could fly. I can't drive, so. But anyway, what talent, honestly? I would want the talent to be good at computers. I'm very bad at computers, so not good with that kind of stuff. I think that's, in this day and age, good talent to have.
I would like to sing, to be able to sing and dance, preferably at the same time.
To be able to sing.
I wish I could sing. Yeah.
Being able to write and perform music that has, I guess, more of a poetic type quality.
To write.
I wish I was a quicker reader.
Well, the talent I'm proudest of, that God-given talent, is the ability to work with my hands and the brain to go along with how to guide my hands, okay?
Worry less.
Maybe change me wanting to always like put myself second, but that's so much a part of me, so maybe being so sensitive.
I would get out of the me to be able to help you. I would free my mind so I could help others. I'm hung up along on this for two reasons. Number one, I'm an emotional person and a worrisome person, but on top of it, complicates it. I have a brain that's been screwed up. And so I have to, it really interferes. I can overextend and then I might lash out at you because I'm just dead mentally, you know? And so that's my big dilemma.
My fear of judgment and my fear of not being good enough.
Like physically? Mentally?
Anything.
Anything. Well, I guess you could always wish you could be more fit or skinnier. Probably more fit.
That I worked out more. Or was more, healthy in terms of fitness for my body.
Ooh. I would like to be taller. By about a foot.
I would change how impatient I am and how quickly I get irritable at people. It's very quick. I'd change that about myself. I think it I get frustrated. I know how to handle my frustration, but people frustrate me very easily.
That we were all together.
That nobody in the family would have cancer.
That I got to spend more time with my boys when they were little.
That they would be healthy.
Graduating high school. Or probably, graduating high school.
Children. Grandchildren. Maybe great-grandchildren sometime.
Probably becoming an Eagle Scout. It's been a pretty big deal.
I think my greatest achievement is was having the courage to just move to Los Angeles and not having any super good friends there, just having the courage to do it and having the courage to stay there and really go after what I really want.
Raising my voice.
I don't know. I guess that's a hard question. I've been proud of myself through a lot of things that I've done. However, I think getting into USC was something that was shocking, and it was unexpected. And so I think when I found out about that, that was very exciting to me, and that I realized that all my hard work really went to something that was quote tangible at the moment.
Surviving a college where I knew no one, and every success and failure I put on my shoulders and no one else's. So that I'm proud of the artwork I made in high school, and I think the relationships I've created, especially the one with Aaron, I think I'm proud of because I've learned how to communicate better.
Turning a problem into a solution for others. First of all, God gave me the talents to work with my hands, so I became a dentist. Then He gave me obstructive sleep apnea and sons that were talented and entrepreneurial to come up with a solution to effectively treat sleep apnea with our EMA appliance. And now we're trying to treat as many people around the world as we can to honor, to have them live longer. And I know that it does make a difference because one of my patients who had severe apnea died from it because his appliance had broken, and I was in the process of making him a new one, and he didn't have one, and he died of a heart attack. So I know the cardiovascular consequences, and it's to me it's a joy to be able to help people with it.
Being a father, trying to do my best with my children and my stepsons.
A dog. I've always said this because they can poop and pee wherever they want, and all they do is sleep and do whatever they want all day. My dogs have the life. Our dogs do.
I want to be a dog. Seems like a pretty fun life.
A lady, maybe a leader of a company or a CEO or something.
I would like to come back as a strong woman who is a soldier or a warrior, someone, maybe an assassin or a CIA agent.
I would want to come back as the boy character in Meet the Robinsons. If he lives in the future.
Me.
A person with enough wisdom to be able to come up with a cure for cancer.
A wife and a mother. I think God wanted me to do that, and I'm not, some women get sick of it. I never have. So why not?
I don't know. There's nowhere. I would live wherever life takes me.
If I could live anywhere, it'd probably be probably in like Colorado somewhere. So it's like snow and then nice in the summertime.
Probably Colorado, maybe. But I don't know. I mean, I don't like staying in one place, so.
Italy.
I would most like to live in Austin or Los Angeles for the winters and in Aspen for the summers.
If I could pick any place, probably near Pebble Beach, California.
On a mountain, stream, with aspen trees and blue spruce.
2 places. I would like the winters in Texas. And I would like the summers probably on the East Coast where Caroline was. I love, 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 love early American history with the 13 colonies. I would love to just be mesmerized by living there indefinitely because I haven't been able to do that.
I'd like to live in 2 places, as long as we're wishing. I want a little place in an aspen grove on the side of a mountain in Colorado for this summer and spring, summer and fall, up to Christmas, and maybe a townhouse somewhere in Texas for the winter.
I'm loud and personable. I always go out of my way to make people feel wanted, special.
Kristen says my honesty and that I'm real. But I thought of in terms of, oh, everyone always says I eat ice cream, or like I'm always studying, or that I'm always the one that's farting, which those are things that I might not agree with, but those are frequently said to me.
My empathy, my ability to connect and relate to different types of people, and to communicate with different types of people on an honest and just real level.
I guess I'm pretty friendly to people. I can always make a friend somewhere.
Just aggressive. Get things done. Organized.
Everyone says I have a big heart. That's mine.
But I would hope that somewhere along the path that the love and caring I have for you, you don't question, because it's there. I appreciate that, you know, in people, the goodness.
Determination.
Honesty and compassion.
It's what I think it's interesting because what I like the most, what draws me to a man is control. He has control over what he does in his life, and like meaning like if he goes to college or like knows what he wants to do. But I think that's also gets people in trouble, power and control, but I'm drawn to that.
Self-assured, knows what he wants, and is determined and strong-willed, and he won't stop until he gets what he wants. Caring and kind and loving and understanding and funny.
There's a lot that I think are like important, but probably either loyalty or kindness.
I like a man to be strong. I like him to be strong, ambitious, loving, caring. I mean, I like for him to be caring and loving.
Smart.
I guess the ability to make a decision.
I guess honesty. It's nice when like other guys are honest to you and will like show the same respect for you.
Being honorable.
Loving and smart, but you know you have to be smart to know how to love. So
To respect herself, hold herself on and respect it, whether it is, and actually like I think a lot of times girls don't follow through with what they believe in. I think men do mostly, but girls are caught up with the idea of what girls should be like, so they don't follow through with what they are as individuals.
Strength. courage,
Decisiveness.
Well, passion is a part of it. We talked about compassion. Passion is a part of it, and motherhood. Being a good mother is so important.
Being soft.
Kindness and not necessarily like respect, but on a level that's more being there for each other. So support.
Just people in general, honesty is the best one.
I like a woman that is real, and she doesn't fake herself or her beliefs from me.
Loyalty.
Acceptance, even though you're an egomaniac.
That when I'm at my lowest point, they know where I am, and that they can come find me. Them genuinely caring for me about my life and are there for me other than just on the weekends.
integrity. I value honor. I value self-respect.
Honesty and being real, and yeah, just honesty and being real people.
I just got back from Missouri, where I met with 5 friends from grade school. They get together every year, and I've been in touch for 50 years. But I see them periodically at a funeral or a wedding, you know, but some of them I don't see very often. So I was there with 5 friends. It was very interesting how different they are, how different they are, and how shallow some of them think, and how some of them are connected. You know?
I would say sports coaches that believed in me when I was younger, because I wasn't good in school, and the first thing I was good at was sports, and the coaches believed in me. Then I would say maybe your grandfather Dave, because he believed in me and taught me about my craft and my business, which is what I do.
Kristen Wiig. I think I don't know if it's more of a specific person or of an idea. Someone who can live very minimalist without being obsessed with objects and stuff like that. So I think in living happy or a joyful life, being proud of who they are. So I think that maybe it's not specific people, but those people with those characteristics. Also my mom, proud of her. Yeah.
Are artists and actors and directors who aren't afraid to take risks and experiment. Michael Haneke is an Austrian director I really admire. Also Steve McQueen. He's a British director who I really admire.
The founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, Adams. We need them back here to guide us right now. Our church, our country was founded on Christian principles, and it's hard to find that right now. You know, we are worshiping materialism now, not God.
I would say Mother Teresa, and my parents, and those who fight in the war for us and risk their lives every day.
I guess people that serve others, that have taken time out of their own lives to go do for others.
Trump is one of them because he doesn't mind speaking out for him what's right. Now, whether he's right or wrong, or whether he should run for president, I'm not arguing that. The fact that he isn't paid off to express himself is way up there for me. Now, and if he does nothing more, Kristen, than stir up the people to think it through, he's doing that. And God led him to that, if that's all it comes to. You know. Time.
My parents and family.
Do my best and do my best.
Like, enjoy all the time that you have, because it can be gone at any moment.
Fortune favors the bold.
Be present, be thankful, and be brave.
You know, to love is to serve, and to serve is to love, and that's probably it. Because to me, that's what we're down here for. To find out who we are, and then spread the love.
Motto.
Fake it till you make it.
You only live once.
Don't take life too seriously. And be nice to everyone, no matter who they are.
Remember yesterday, live for today, and pray for tomorrow. And my motto would be to love you and everybody.